Gosh, Julie, that was very good. Thank you so much for that introduction.
Speak up, and
Well, it's so overwhelming. You know, when Mary Ann told me I had to select someone to introduce me, I decided pretty quickly that Julie would be the perfect person. When she was a junior tennis player, I saw the kids who won tennis tournaments never got their name in the paper. That's what prompted me to get on this tennis coverage kick. So she had a lot to do with the writing path I ventured upon. So thank you, Julie. And happy birthday. Yesterday was her birthday. This is so overwhelming. I'm deeply humbled and honored to be this year's Trenton Select Female Honoree and to be added to such an impressive list of past winners. Congratulations to Chappie, who I just met for the first time tonight, for his awesome career and accomplishments. What struck me about the previous honoree list, other than it's such a wonderfully accomplished group, is that I might be the first tennis person to be honored. So tonight is more than about being recognized personally. I also consider it a tribute to the sport of tennis. As you know, tennis is usually relegated to the back pages of the newspapers, but take note that there's a huge contingent of dedicated tennis players and followers in the Trenton area. I've been hooked ever since I took up the game at the late age of 30. I watched my very first tennis match, the infamous Billie Jean King, Bobby Riggs Battle of the Sexes. Very first match I ever saw in 1973, and I was inspired to take up the game a year later. What an incredible journey it's been since then. I got involved quickly and never stopped. Every time I try to incorporate the word no in my vocabulary, I may give up something, but then something else takes its place. Like for instance, this year, at the end of this year, I'm giving up one of my board positions, but then I agreed to be the chair of the Middle States Tennis Hall of Fame next year. I may sometimes bite off more than I can chew, but I do love where this has all led me. It's been rewarding to provide tennis information to the community, to recognize the accomplishments of the many interesting personalities who have a part in it, and to just help spread the word about this great sport. I've had the opportunity to interview and meet a number of celebrities, but more important to me are the many fascinating and accomplished tennis personalities right here in this area. It's been especially rewarding as a family sport, and my whole family did indeed play. My husband, Tom, even though skiing is his main sport, he played. My son, Darren, he played high school tennis and he wrestled. He dabbled in a lot of other sports too, and now he's a soccer and baseball coach and dad. And Julie, though, she became our family tennis star. She would hit on the practice wall of Veterans Park for hours, and she became quite good. And as you heard, she went on to play #1 for Nottingham High and then University of Pittsburgh. The column came about when I met the Times sports writer, Rosemary Ross. You remember her?
I remember Rosie.
Yeah. She was assigned to cover my team at a USTA League National Championships in 1986. With the lack of newspaper coverage about tennis fresh on my mind, I had a conversation with her. She told me the Times was looking for a tennis columnist, and she encouraged me to talk to the Times sports editor, Jim Gauger. It took me a while to get up the nerve to try something so out of my comfort zone, but I finally did follow up, and I'm forever grateful to Jim for taking a chance on me, even though I had no writing experience or college degree. My only ace in the hole was that I knew the area tennis scene, and they didn't. Upon hearing of this award, Jim sent me a very nice congratulatory note and reminded me of my initial apprehension about starting the column and whether there would be enough to write about. But being out there in the trenches helps, as many column ideas are born on the courts. And after 22 years, I still haven't run out of tennis ideas, so I guess that worked out. And as Rick recently said to me, I found a niche, and I guess I did. I got my love of sports from my dad, who gave me and my 2 brothers a taste of many sports growing up, but in high school I never played a sport. In those days, if you didn't play volleyball or basketball, there wasn't much else. I grew up in that era when girls who played sports were not looked upon very favorably, so it didn't seem like a very attractive option for me. So when the world changed and opportunities for women opened up, it was exciting for me. A little late, but I made up for lost time. I recently met Sandy Oracle for the first time. Before she told me she was last year's Trenton Select honoree, she said, "Congratulations." And I hesitated and said, "For what?" She meant this award, of course, but I wasn't sure if maybe she had heard that I just had a new baby granddaughter, or maybe she heard that my super senior team was going to the Nationals. It did make me ponder, though, about how blessed I've been. I have a great family, I've met so many interesting and inspiring people, I made lifelong friends, and I've had so many memorable experiences. I'm truly indebted to the tennis community for encouraging me and embracing my Sunday column. And I'm indebted to the Times for their support of tennis, for believing in me, and for understanding that people do want to know about tennis. I'm awed that so many dear friends are here tonight to help celebrate tennis and my award, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being here, for your support and encouragement through the years. So many of you I didn't know were coming, a lot of my tennis partners and people I play with, people I've worked with, people who I've served on boards with, and I'm just so awed that you are all here to help me celebrate. And I'm especially grateful that my wonderful family is here. My husband Tom, my son Darren, and his wife Amy, and their two kids, Alex, who's 11, and Mary, who's 15, and Julie and her husband Jerry, who have a beautiful 4-month-old daughter, Mia. Thanks for all your encouragement and support and love. I love you all. I'm proud of you all. Thank you.
Woo!
I'd like to leave you all with a couple thoughts. One is, please continue to read and support newspapers. And two, there are many life lessons to be learned from participating in sports. I hope you'll all encourage the children in your life to expand their personal well-being by playing something and learning about such things as setting goals, staying positive, fighting through ups and downs, and discipline. Finally, I applaud the many people here who give their time to volunteer and give back in some way. I may be a small piece of that big puzzle, and I still marvel at how I came to be standing here today. But I thank all of you for coming. I thank Rick and his committee for organizing such a fantastic event, and I thank the Trenton Select Committee for this amazing honor. Thank you.
And on behalf of the Trenton Select Committee, we would like to present you with this portrait, which was done by artist Morris Doctor, and a check for $500.